Hi, this is Rachel Kirkland, the Modern Shaman, and I'm here to answer you all y'all's, it's my Texan, y'all's questions that you sent to me. It's question and answer time with the Modern Shaman, and here I am to answer questions. So let's jump in. Y'all have been sending me a lot of great questions, and I apologize if I haven't gotten to yours yet. It's in the queue. I'll get to it, okay? And I'll let you know when I do your question. Oh, okay. So this question was pretty lengthy, and she kind of explained it in a few different messages. Let me see if I can make this succinct. Okay. So basically her point was that no matter what the experience is or the relationship is, she feels like she can grow from those experiences because she can look at it and take away a positive from it and still feel thankful for that experience and for that person being in her journey in life. And when you're able to see those positive takeaways, you're not really left with the need to feel like you've got to cut them off or stay away from that person. There's not a lot of fear attached to that relationship. And so your boundaries are not as firm, okay? And then when that person maybe comes back or calls out for help, relationally, in unconditional love, if she reaches out, she's wondering, when is it unhealthy in those connections? If I'm just feeling like I'm giving unconditional love to that person, and when are those connections, should they be kind of split off? This question kind of was a follow-up to the cord cutting video that I did about etheric cords, and if you haven't seen that video, you might want to watch it first. But she was asking about that because she was thinking about cutting cords, but then feeling like, okay, I still love that person, and do I need to cut this kind of off? When is it unhealthy? And I mentioned at the very end of that cord cutting video that when you cut etheric cords, it's not like you're cutting all communication and you'll never see them again, you'll never talk to them again, they'll never exist in your world. It's not like that. It's more so that you are cutting off these unhealthy connections, the imbalances, and dysfunctional energetic feed back and forth between the two of you. So it's good to do even in your day-to-day relationships, even in your marriage. Things that you feel like are not healthy energetic balances between the two of you, you can still cut off those cords and just be specific that you're not cutting off all connection and communication. Okay, let me center into this question. To be honest with you, energetically, when I tune into this, intuitively when I tune into this, just, as a psychic and shaman, and just using my psychic senses with this question, there's a lot of energy that feels like it's not yours. It's feeling like it's outside energy looking in. So, meaning you're not getting to the core. Like the friction that you're experiencing, or the reason you're feeling unsure and there's anxiety and chaos about this, is because you're looking at it from either how you feel like other people see you, like they see you as being unhealthy and these connections, you're not being strong enough, you're not setting boundaries, or you're worried that that other person is receiving you in a way that you're not meaning to communicate to them, that you're open. Like if someone comes back after you've broken off the relationship, and if you're open to them because you still love them, is that communicating that suddenly you want to get back together? There's a sense that your chaos and your feeling about this is because you're not looking from your core. You're trying to look from the outside in. And you just, that's a confusing perspective. You're never going to get understanding from the outside in. You need to go to the core, to your, sorry, I hit my microphone, to your core. So, and this goes for everyone, but I'm going to direct it obviously to the person that asked this question. And this comes up all the time in my psychic coaching sessions. Spirit will say, what do you want? Point blank. What do you want? To be honest with you, a lot of people don't know. Within this relationship, and it's not just this relationship, but within your life, you need to ask yourself, what do you want? Does it feel better to you to have boundaries that are open and that feel unconditionally loving, to always be open, to always be available? Does that feel better to you? Meaning not based on fear that they won't love you back, or not based on fear, but from your core, what feels more in alignment with who you truly are and what you truly believe? Because it's never going to make sense, again, from the outside looking in, trying to see from someone else's perspective or the cultural views on what healthy relationships should look like. You have to know what you want, and in your core, what is best for you. Okay? And you have to be like doggedly serious and committed to yourself with that. And there's no excuses. This is your path. Because here's the deal, guys. And I say this to a ton of clients. You live and die your life. Your life. You live and die your consciousness. This is your trip, no one else's. It will never need to make sense to anyone else, but it will always need to make sense to you, or you will feel this friction, anxiety, and confusion about your choices. And that's broad choices, anything. Should I travel? Should I stay home? Should I break up? Should I stay together? Any choices. If you are not getting clear to your core and asking yourself those things, what do I want in my life? Or with this connection or this question or whatever it is that you're trying to decide about, what do you want? If you don't have clarity on that, keep asking yourself until you can find some clarity. If you say, first off, well, I want them to feel like I am, always open. You're wanting them. That's not you. Okay, so that's a no. Go back again. What do you want? I want to feel peace. Okay, that's an answer. I want to feel peace. How do you feel peace? Okay, do you feel peace by making your choice and not worrying about what other people think? If that doesn't feel peaceful to you and that feels like it's too out of reach because you worry too much about what other people think right now, that's okay. Just be honest with yourself about it. If you're not there, then just say peace could feel like quiet and not answering texts and phone calls right now because I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. So peace would feel like just a little bit of distance. What do you want? Again, because this is your life. It does not have to make sense to anyone else. And whether you cut the cords, don't cut the cords, it is only relevant when it is something that you truly want for yourself. Okay? And then you don't have to explain it to anyone else. Nobody needs to understand it but you. Because your peace comes from you and your personal alignment with your truth. But if you're not being honest with yourself, and a lot of people, we just aren't. We don't go there. We'd rather see it like, this is what I feel like I'm supposed to do. That's not saying this is what you want. That's saying that this is what culture tells me I should do, or this is what my parents tell me, or all my friends say. What do you want? It should come very quickly when it comes. It should be very simple. The answers are always simple when we're honest. And by honest, I just mean flat out transparent. What you think is what you say. There's no filter. And there doesn't need to be for yourself. Be completely clear and transparent. Look at it until you can see what it is that you as an individual soul want. And then once you know that, there's strength in that. There's complete trust in that. You don't need anyone else's acceptance or understanding of what you feel because you feel it to your core. And you believe it. So you're not really rocked by other people's views of what you're choosing, because you know that's a true, honest choice for you, and it benefits you. All right, sorry I got on my soapbox about this, but this point is, it just comes up so much with us as humans. You have to remind yourself, again, that you live and die your life. Remind yourself that in your head. You're not going to live and die for your parents, for your husband, for your kids. You're going to live and die as you. And every choice and decision needs to be from your core. And that's your peace. And that's your alignment. And that's your joy. And your bliss. And your just total honesty and surrender. And being your complete self. All right. Hope that made sense. Yeah. It's not that it's unhealthy or healthy. Again, that's looking at it from a cultural perspective. What is right for you has to be true in alignment with what you want. All right. I said my piece. I love you guys. I love you, love you. I want nothing more than for you to feel the fullness of your being now on this planet, in this moment. Fullness of yourself. I would just love that. So choose you, get clear on who you are and what you want. And you do know. Don't make that excuse. You do know. You do know. It's inherent.